and dark blue.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 5 here of the World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series presented by the Keystone Corner. We're here at the Oxford Plains Speedway for round 5 of the 11-round series here this evening. And looks like qualifying has just wrapped up, and you can see there on the timing board there, we've got DJ Powell currently on provisional pole. Looks like here we have one more driver going out to set their qualifying lap. That is Keelan Belsha there in the number 18. But only about 20 seconds left here in qualifying this evening. And this is going to be an exciting race here. We're at a short track, 100 laps this evening. And as I mentioned, we're almost halfway through the season here. And tonight's going to be a special one. We've actually got some cash prizes up available to the drivers. It looks like here the cash prizes are going to be $50 to the winner if the last 5 laps go caution free. So that's a little challenge here for the drivers this evening, just so we can have some good green flag laps toward the end of the race. Also, there will be a $15 cash prize to the biggest mover of the event this evening. So the car that gains the most positions during the race, the only restriction there was they did have to set a qualifying lap to be eligible for the cash prize this evening. But we hope to have some good racing here this evening with those cash prizes up for grabs. Let's go over your starting grid for this evening. On pole, we have DJ Powell there in the number 356 machine. Starting on pole, Josh Patterson there in second, Brady Weileman in third, Joseph Costello in fourth, Mason Suit in fifth, Shane Fuller there in sixth, Hayes Booth in seventh, and then we've got in eighth there Pierce Moffitt in ninth, Austin Doran, Harrison Mitchell in 10th, Christian Visconti in 11th, Aiden Walker in 12th. Starting 13th, we have Paul Granata in 14th, Ryan Martin in 15th, Garrett White in 16th, Brayson Collins 17th, Cameron McCone 18th, Aaron Griffin 19th, Vincent Gribe. In 20th, we have Hunter Collier. In 21st, Ryan Kame. And in 22nd, Nick Pena. 23rd, Connor Trafari. 24th, Keelan Belsha. And in 25th there we have Andy Daigle. And that will do it for your official starting grid here. Round 5 at Oxford Plains Speedway. Some short track racing this evening. And it is anybody's game this evening. As you guys know, street stocks here on a short track. Anything can happen, and it probably will happen. So we'll see how they fare this evening. Let's go over the race analysis real quick. We have 100 laps here in our main event. 0 fast repairs this evening, so if they damage their car, they will have to live with that damage for the remainder of the race. Fuel is set at 100%, so depending on the caution situation, we may see them go all 100 laps on 1 tank of fuel. Tire sets are unlimited, so they're not limited on fresh tires. However, we see typically here that tires on these cars do not gain the advantage like you would see on some of the other cars here in iRacing. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy play. I personally believe that track position is key here this evening, but we will find out here momentarily. Pace lights are off on the pace truck here. We're going to get going green this time around. The number 356 of DJ Powell going to lead us to the green flag, and they are off. The outside line there, the 02 of Patterson getting a great jump. We're going to go 3 wide and have an incident on lap 1 here, first lap. Not good. Looks like Hayes Booth there in the 993 caught up in that. Our pole sitter, the 356 of DJ Powell, also caught up in that. Mason Suit in the 56. Looks like the 00 there of Garrett White also caught up in that, and Keelan Belsha may have been caught up in that. Let's take another look there at that start. can see the 44 there getting into the 60. It almost looked like they were 3 wide. The 44 there is Brady Weileman. Let's go back and try to go back a little bit further on the track. And we're going to have to manually replay that one there. iRacing's not cooperating. You can see the 44 is on the inside line. Looks like he's going to have a car go underneath him there. Probably got the message he was 3 wide, but the car on top there, I'm not sure who that is. We'll try to get one more look at that. Has the number 60, which is Joseph Costello, who was on the outside. So that right there was just a little first lap, first turn mayhem. Not sure what to make of that one, but looks like everybody is very anxious to win that cash prize this evening, as we saw some 3 wide there on the first lap, first turn. Looks like the race admin there, Brayson Collins, is probably giving the drivers a little bit of instructions there to calm down this evening, as you know, we do want to see some green flag racing here this evening, but it looks like I'm not sure what to make of the current scoring, because as you can see,
hang on, we're not going green.
Josh Patterson on our timing screen is currently scored in the lead, but he is not the first car behind the pace. Now we can see some of the cars going around the pace car there, so looks like iRacing is going to sort itself out. So that will put the 0-2 of Patterson there on the pole for this restart. The number 57 of Shane Fuller there going to be in second. Austin Duran, you can see a little bit of damage there. He was caught up in that incident, but that just looks cosmetic, and you can probably expect the car that wins this race to not look brand new at the end of it. So he's going to be third. Pierce Moffitt in fourth, and Harrison Mitchell there in the 731 is going to be your 5th place driver here on this restart. And it looks like the pace lights are off. We're going to do a single file restart here just to spread the guys out. And you can see we are away. The 0-2 of Patterson going to jump out to an early lead there. The 57 of Shane Fuller looks like he's going to be in second. They're nice and spread out. The 70-31 there of Harrison Mitchell is on the back of Pierce Moffitt, but it looks like this single file restart did wonders here. As you can see, they are nice and spread out. We'll get some good racing here going. Looks like Austin Duran maybe struggling a little bit, as we saw him go very high there in turns 1 and 2, but looks like he is gaining on the number 2 car there, the 57 of Fuller, who's in second place. We'll ride on board Austin Duran here in the number 45 as he tries to make a move for second. And you can see on this track, very, very tricky. You want to get as close to that inside curb as you can without touching it. Touching it in these cars will upset it drastically. As you can see, he is going to make a nice clean pass there for second. Going to go by the 57 of Fuller, move himself up into second place. Great pass there, as now he's going to be trying to chase down the leader, the 0-2 of Josh Patterson. And it looks like we are going to have another caution here. Let's go back. Looks like Nick Pena and Connor Trafari may have been involved in that one. Let's go back and have another look. This is the number 52 of Nick Pena. And it looks like the 420 there, Connor Trafari, they just get together. Let's try to get another look at that. Looks like the car in front of the 420 just checked up a little bit. Yeah, you can see the what is that, the 98 there getting loose. That caused the 420 to have to check up, and that caused the 52 of Nick Pena to get into the back of him. I don't know that there's really anything that could have been done by Pena there to avoid that. As you can see, we're riding on board. They're nose to tail, and he just checks up, and yeah, there's just really nothing he could do to avoid that. That's one of those classic accordion effects. So we'll wait to see what the race control feels about that one, see if there's a penalty that needs to be dished out. Tell you my opinion up here in the booth after seeing that multiple times is that was just a racing deal. But let's catch back up here. We have the 02 of Josh Patterson still in front, and Austin Duran moved himself up into second. Looked like the 57 there of Shane Fuller still in third, and Pierce Moffitt currently in fourth, and Paul Granata has moved himself up into fifth. Let's see who our biggest mover so far is, who's eligible for that $15 cash prize. They stay the biggest mover. That is currently the 04 of Paul Granata. Looks like he started 13th this evening, up 8 positions, currently scored in 5th. So he's making himself up a lot of positions here early on in the race, as we've only had about 5 green flag laps so far. Like the next biggest mover is going to be a tie between Austin Duran there in second with 7 positions gained, and Aaron Griffin in the 29 machine there with 7 positions gained this evening. All right, looks like we're going to attempt a double file restart here this evening. Hopefully they can do better than they did there on the opening lap and settle down. Still a long way to go here, 100 laps, but the 02 of Josh Patterson will lead us to the start of the race here. As you can see, already going there, very early start. Looks like Austin Duran is going to come under challenge there from the 57 of Fuller. But Pierce Moffitt making a great move there on the outside. He's going to go up into third place. But the 57 of Fuller going to fight back. This is a great battle here. As you can see, some 2 wide racing. The 57 getting very loose there on the exit of turn 4. But now Paul Granata trying to muscle his way through there underneath the 41 there of Moffitt. Looks like he's going to gain that position, so that's going to put Paul Granata up into 4th place, but we're still 2 wide behind them. Christian Visconti there in the 80 looking underneath the 41 now, trying to move up into that 5th place position. And so far it looks like if you get stuck on that outside line on these restarts, you are going to get freight trained. So getting down to the bottom is key here. As you can see, Visconti now going to go up the inside of Moffitt. Looks like he's going to be able to complete that lap, or complete that pass in about 1 lap there. As you can see, he's now almost clear. But right up in front of them here, Paul Granata up to 3rd, makes a move on the 57 of Fuller. So Paul Granata up 10 spots since the start of the race. Good run by him. Currently in 3rd. Looks like our leader, though, has checked out about 1 second ahead of number 2, our 2nd place driver, the number 45 there of Austin Duran. And let's check in with this battle back here. This is for the 5th place position, 6th place position there. Brayson Collins in the number 5, all over the back there of Aiden Walker. This is going to be a great battle. I want to ride on board. Brayson Collins here in the number 5 as he tries to chase down 6th place, the 013 of Walker. And it looks like we're going to have our 3rd caution of the evening being brought out. Let's take a look at who. Oh no, I see Hayes Booth's name popping up on the screen. One of the favorites for tonight there in the 993 Wonder Bread machine. Let's ride on board here and see what happened. And see, he just gets loose in the 52. Is Nick Pina into the back of him? Not sure. That one looked a little. This looked like he blew an engine. Yeah, you could hear there on the onboard there. It looked like Hayes Booth's motor just cut off, and then he towed to the pits. Yes, we do see a little front end damage there on Hayes Booth. I'm just wondering if that damage caused him to overheat, and he just blew his engine there coming out of turn 2, which caused Nick Pina in the 52 to get into him. Very unfortunate there for Hayes Booth. He is a very quick driver who we saw running very quick at Lime Rock last week. One of the favorites here this weekend, and just having an unfortunate little short track incident there, getting some damage early on, and then blowing his engine there out of turn 2. But let's check in here. Our leader still the O2 of Josh Patterson. I feel like we've said that quite a bit week after week, so good to see him up there. Austin Duran in the number 45 still in second. Paul Granada there in the 04 has worked himself up into third place. Looks like he is currently still the biggest mover of the evening, up 10 position. Shane Fuller there is up to fourth, and Christian Visconti currently in fifth place. Aiden Walker there in the 013, that SRX green and gray machine, he's currently scored in the sixth position. And Brayson Collins there in the number 5, he is up 9 positions since the start of the race, so he is very close to overtaking the 04 of Granada there for the biggest mover. So just a couple more positions and he will be the one taking home that cash if he stays the biggest mover till the end of the race. All right, looks like we're going to do another double file restart here. Pace lights are off the pace truck. They will get going green this time. The 02 of Josh Patterson going to lead us down to the restart here with 70 to go. Austin Duran there in that yellow and black car on the outside. We'll see what he can do on that outside line. We know that outside line is very brutal here at this short track, but Josh Patterson is off to a great start. Paul Granada getting a good jump there. Going to go into the inside there of Austin Duran in the 45, challenge him for second place. And it looks like he is going to take that away. Austin Duran is able to slot down into third, but the 57 of Fuller is stuck out there in no man's land, as it looks like Visconti there in the 80 is going to go by him. Also looks like Brayson Collins in the 5 is also going to go by him. And we'll just see where the 57 of Fuller can find an opening to get down into that bottom lane. Looks like the 013 of Walker also going to go by. We'll see if the 9 of Martin is able to make a move there, or if the 57 of Fuller is going to be able to slot down. Looks like he is clear if he can get down. Drives it in hard into turns 3 and 4. You can see hanging that rear end out wide. And looks like he would have been better just to slot in there instead of driving it in so deep, as he's going to continue to fall back. Meanwhile, up front here, Granada in the 04 is gaining on our leader, the 02 of Josh Patterson. Looks like he cut away about a 1/10 of a second there that last lap around. Austin Duran also right behind him there in third, running some very equal lap times to our 2 up front here. So we're going to have a 3-way battle here for the lead here very soon. And it looks like Connor Trafari there in the 420 is making some gains there, as he was involved in one of those early incidents. He just passed the 00 of Garrett White. That is for 12th. And it looks like Fuller continues to fall back here, as the 356 of Powell, DJ Powell there, is going to go around him. DJ Powell was our pole sitter, but involved in that first lap incident. Meanwhile, up front here, the gap is still about 4/10 of a second, as Patterson leads it out front. The 04 of Paul Granada there in second. And it looks like we're about ready to have a battle brewing up here for the 4th position. As you can see, the 80 of Visconti in that black, white, and red car. He is currently being run down by the 013 of Aiden Walker. Let's ride on board Aiden Walker here as he tries to make a move for 4th. You can see Austin Duran right in front of them goes wide in turns 1 and 2, so that's going to allow Visconti underneath as they go into turns 3 and 4 here. Duran doing a good job there to slot back in place. And let's ride on board Duran here as he tries to fight back for that 3rd position. You can see him just sliding that car all the way through turns 1 and 2. Hear him struggling to get back on the throttle early there, just not able to get that car to rotate. Looks like these guys are struggling with a tight handling race car here this evening. But it looks like the 013 there, the SRX green and gray machine of Walker, is going to be challenging Austin Duran here very soon. As you can see, gets all the way up to the rear bumper of Austin Duran. Here we're going to see a move going into turns 3 and 4. See there on the exit of turn 4, going to do a great job there. Austin Duran going to play it smart, going to slot back in behind him. He knows that SRX car is quicker. And that is a great battle there for fourth. Walker in the 013 going to take away that fourth place position. Now we're starting to see Paul Granada here fall off of the 02 of Patterson, our leader, in the 80 of Visconti there, starting to run down our second place driver. And it looks like with the times that Visconti is turning, we're going to have a battle here for second in a couple laps. Visconti doing a great job. As you can see, the 04 of Granada, see that rear end hanging out, but no, Visconti hits the inside curb there on the exit of turn 4. We'll see if Visconti here can close that gap as they head down into turns 3 and 4. Going to complete lap 47 out of 100 this time around. And so far these drivers look to be even, about 3/10 separate them. That is your battle for second. And we'll just keep an eye on that real quick. Going back here to the battle for seventh, the 5 of Brayson Collins there, looking to make a move on Connor Trafari there in the 420 machine. And let's ride on board Brayson Collins here as he tries to trace down that 420. Like Brayson Collins is starting to slip away, but now we've got a battle for second here. We've got Visconti in this black, white, and red car going to make a move on the inside of the 04 of Paul Granada. They're going to touch. Paul Granada going to do a great job saving it. Visconti going to jump the curb there. I'm hoping he did not get a penalty for that, and you can see Paul Granada not happy, going up and giving the bumper to Visconti. I'm going to challenge him back here as they go down into turns 3 and 4. I'm not so sure that what Visconti did there was anything bad. It looked like the gap was there and Visconti took it, and Paul Granada just not happy with the way he perceived that he was being driven there. But they're going to go back into the running order there. The 04 of Patterson going to go into second. Visconti there still in third, and that battle has let the 4 cars behind them catch up here. So we're going to have a great little battle here for the second place position. And let's go on board Visconti here, as it looks like this battle is brewing up again. See the 04 struggling to get that car to exit. He's going to go to the inside here. Paul Granada not giving him any extra room there. Visconti actually taking the curb. And you can see Visconti now, looks like they might touch a little bit. No, the 013 there of Walker going to get into the back of Visconti. It looks like, oh no, Collins caught the back of Visconti. And that is going to be disastrous there for a couple of drivers. Try to go back there and get another look at that. You can see here we're riding on board Visconti. You can see they go down into turns 1 and 2. And looks like they just check up a little bit because of that battle they were having in the 013. Just gets in. It looks like Austin Duran also involved in that. See where these guys slot out. The 5 of Brayson Collins with heavy damage there. As you can see, that right front tire is not even touching the ground. Let's try to get an eye on Austin Duran here in the 45. Looks like he comes away pretty unscathed. That's good to see. And it looks like Mason Suit there in the 56 is going to head down pit road. Unfortunately, the 80 of Visconti there is going to come out in 14th place, and he was battling there for second. But oh my gosh, we have another biggest mover. We've got a new biggest mover here. That is the 420 of Connor Trafari, who is currently in the third, up 20 positions since the start of the race. So we will have to verify that he actually set a qualifying time to be eligible for the cash prize tonight. So we'll double check on that before the end of the evening if he is the one that is the biggest mover. Elon Belsha there, also in the number 18, is up to 7th and up 17 positions since the start of the race. So looks like these guys have potentially beaten Paul Granada here, who is only up 11. But like I said, we will have to double check and make sure they did set a qualifying time to be eligible for the $15 cash prize. So far, though, this looks to be a Josh Patterson clinic here, as he has led most of the laps this evening. Currently, or well, during that last run there, was pulling away. So we'll see what he can do here again on the restart. We'll have 39 laps to go once they take the green flag. You can see the O2 of Josh Patterson going to lead us down to the green flag. Get a great restart there. Paul Granada going to slot into second. Connor Trafari there in third. And it looks like the battle is back here. The 9 of Ryan Martin. Keelan Belsha there in the 18. Looks like Ryan Martin's going to move up into 5th. Who is that? That's Brady Weileman there bumping with the 29 of Griffin. And then right behind them, we've got the 56 of Mason Suit looking to make a move there. And that is up into 9th position. Further back, it looks like we've got some battles here. The 98 of Hunter Collier. Or, sorry, the 98. Yes, the 98 of Hunter Collier. The 00. Looks like Aiden Walker moving himself up there. Sorry, the 00 is actually... like the 00 is a lap down. No, that's Garrett White. Yes, he is currently a lap down. All right, we've got a battle for second here brewing up. The 420 of Connor Trafari going to take away that second place. Paul Granada going to give him a little bump there as he completed that pass. Paul Granada here running very aggressive. He wants to take home that cash prize this evening, $50 to the winner, if they can keep it green the last 5 laps of the race. But Pierce Moffitt starting to enter the picture here, going to try to challenge him for third shortly. But further back here, the 18 Keelan Belsha, the 44 Brady Weileman, and the 56 of Mason Suit. You can see Mason Suit down on that curb as he makes an aggressive move there in turn 1 and 2. And you can see the 44 just struggling there with the rear grip of his car as he tries to get a good exit there. Not going to make it happen. And it looks like Mason Suit there in the 56 is going to advance into 7th. Now we see Keelan Belsha here in the 18. That is your battle for 5th, looking to make a move on the 9 of Ryan Martin. And here we're riding on board Keelan Belsha. As you can see, he has that car completely sideways. Ryan Martin also. And it looks like he's going to be able to complete that pass on Ryan Martin. See these drivers just struggling for rear tire grip. We're going to be 3 wide here going down into turn 1. Mason Suit on the bottom. Keelan Belsha in the middle. Ryan Martin up top. Looks like Mason Suit in that 56 is going to come out ahead there. He's going to move up into 5th place. And it looks like up front here, still status quo. We've got Josh Patterson in the 02. Out front, we've got Connor Trafari there in the number 420. He's currently in 2nd. And Paul Granada there in the 04, currently running 3rd. Here's Moffitt, though, in that 41. He's looking mighty racy, and he may be on the back of the 04 of Paul Granada very soon. And Mason Suit has worked his way up through the field after being involved in one of those early incidents. He's currently up into 5th. And Brady Weileman there working his way back up too. He is currently in 6th, but he's under pressure from the 18 of Keelan Belsha. As you can see, Belsha there getting moved out of the way there by the 00. The 00 is Garrett White, currently scored a lap down. So he's trying to unlap himself. But the 9 of Ryan Martin, this is for position. He is going to take away that 7th place. Oh, it looks like we've got a great battle here for 4th. It looks like the 56 of Mason Suit is going to outrun the 41 of Pierce Moffitt, take away that 4th place position. So Mason Suit definitely making up some ground here. Looks like he's about 1 second off of our third place Paul Granada. And we only have 25 laps to go here at the line. And Mason Suit makes something happen. I think if we have a late race caution here, Mason Suit is looking mighty good, although he will restart on the outside line, currently in fourth. But if he can get up into third, no, we've got a mistake out of him. He hooks the inside curb on the exit of four. Looks like he's going to lose just one position there. So that was a very costly mistake, but puts him in fifth place. So if there is a restart, he will be in the bottom lane. All right, up front here, Connor Trafari there in the 420, about 0.8 of a second off of our race leader, Josh Patterson. And it continues to be a Josh Patterson clinic here at Oxford Plains Speedway, as he has led almost every lap of the race. Currently has about a 0.9 of a second gap there on second place. And it looks like Austin Duran there starting to make his way back up through the field. Currently in 9th position, just made that pass for 9th. Looks like the 98 of Hunter Collier there going to look on the inside of the 17. And this is for your 10th place. These guys are bumper to tail here all the way back. This is your 10th through 15th. So about 5 cars there, all bumper to bumper here as we approach 19 to go there at the line. And this is just some great short track racing. Now we see Christian Visconti there and the 013 of Walker, and you saw those two get into each other earlier in the race. Visconti getting in front there of the 013 Aiden Walker. But right up ahead of him, oh, we've got Keelan Belsha off the track. It looks like he got loose there on the exit of turn 4. And that is going to be mayhem here as they head down into turns 1 and 2, 2 and 3 wide. Visconti there going to look like he's going to be the one that comes out ahead. Moves up into 10th place. Now he can set his sights on 9th place, the 98 of Hunter Collier. Up front, it still looks pretty spread out here. We've got the 02 of Patterson. Don't worry, that car you see right behind him there is the 00 of Garrett White. He is unlapping himself, so he's not in contention for position. The 420 there of Trafari is currently in second. He's about 1.4 seconds off of your leader. And then we see the 04 there of Paul Granada, who is in third place, about 2 seconds off of second place. And then we see Mason Suit there in the number 56. You can see Mason struggled all evening with that inside curb, just cutting it absolutely as close as he can, which is the fastest way around here as long as you don't touch that curb. And then we've got the 41 there of Pierce Moffitt in fifth, and the 9 of Ryan Martin there right on his tail there. That is your battle for fifth. Up front here, the 02 of Josh Patterson is starting to catch some lap traffic. That'll shake things up here as they just took 12 to go. We'll keep an eye on these gaps. Looks like Josh Patterson going to lose about a 10th off of that lap. But we know second place, the 420 of Connor Trafari, has also got to go through the same lap traffic. So we're going to take 11 to go here at the line. The 04 of Paul Granada is starting to lose out here a lot of time to our fourth place Mason Suit. And I think we're going to have a move here for third place very soon. We'll ride on board the 56 of Mason Suit here. This is your pass for third place. In to go there at the line. You can see the 04 sideways. Good job by Mason Suit there to get out of the throttle and not get into the back of him. So great heads up driving there by that driver. You can see going to give him the little bumper there. That's just a little short track racing right there. Let him know, hey, I'm faster than you. You know, we can make this an amicable pass here, or I can move you out of the way. Which one do you want? Looks like the 04 of Granada is going to concede that position there, but they are running very close. It looks like they're going to make a little contact there, but the 04 of Granada just burned his tires up, not able to hang on. So Mason Suit is going to move up into third place. And we're going to have 7 to go here at the line. Connor Trafari losing out about 0.4 of a second there in those last handful of laps. So it looks like, barring no late race caution, no mistakes here out of the 02, Patterson, we might have our race winner here. But there, with this lap traffic, he is struggling. He just lost half a second, if not more, trying to get around the 29 here. You can see that gap went from about 2.7 seconds now down to 1.7. Now 1.5. So Josh Patterson needs to get around this 29 pronto, or Trafari there in that 420 is going to run him down. Now we're starting 4 to go here. So as long as we go caution free, the $50 cash prize will go to the winner. So let's hope they can keep it clean here. Oh no, Josh Patterson blinking out there for a little bit, having a little bit of a connection issue. But he's back on track now. As you can see, that gap currently about 1.5 seconds. Let's bring up some lap time history there so you can see the difference in lap times between Patterson and Trafari. And so far it looks like Trafari is gaining just a little bit. But we're going to have 2 to go here at the line. So it looks like I'm going to be $50 poorer at the end of this race if we can complete 2 more laps. The 02 of Patterson here makes it around that lap car of Brady Weileman. Now he's got his eyes set on the 29, and he's going to take the white flag here this evening. Round 5 at Oxford. We have 1 more to go. Barring no caution here, Josh Patterson putting on a clinic here, leading almost every lap. We'll try to get the final count. But he's going to come across the line here, take home the victory, and be $50 richer. Congratulations, Josh Patterson. We've got the 420 of Trafari there, going to come home in second. And Mason Suit in the 56 there, going to come home in third. So just looking, it looks like Connor Trafari in the 420 was our biggest mover. So we'll just have to verify that he did set a qualifying time to be eligible for that $15 cash prize. But barring that, we've got a $50 winnings to Josh Patterson, a $15 winnings potentially to Connor Trafari, and then Mason Suit there coming home in third. So great racing by these guys. Let's bring up the official result. Josh Patterson taking home the win. Connor Trafari coming home in second. Mason Suit in third. Paul Granada, good effort by him, but he comes home in fourth. Ryan Martin in fifth. He did a great job moving himself up through the field there, so good run by him. Pierce Moffitt in sixth. Hunter Collier in seventh. Austin Duran in eighth. Christian Visconti in ninth. Vincent Gribe there in 10th. Cameron McCollum in 11th. Aiden Walker in 12th. Aaron Griffin 13th. Brady Weileman in 14th, Ryan Kame in 15th, Shane Fuller in 16th, Garrett White 17th, Keelan Belsha in 18th. And it looks like we're going to have Brayson Collins there in 19th, DJ Powell in 20th, Nick Pena in 21st, Harrison Mitchell 22nd, Hayes Booth 23rd, Joseph Costello 24th, and Andy Daigle there rounding it out in 25th. All right, we'll give the drivers just a couple moments here, and then we'll try to get some interviews there with the top 3. All right, looks like we have Mason Suit here, our third place finisher. Mason, hey, it's Kevin up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy? Hey, man, congratulations on that third place finish. We saw you moving your way up through the field there towards the end of the race, that second half. Looks like you were, I don't remember what lap it was, but it looks like you probably got involved in one of the incidents to get shuffled back there, but you did a heck of a job moving your way up through the field. Got to ask you, what was your strategy there in that second half of the race, knowing you had to make up all those positions? It looked like you were able to do it cleanly.
Man, it was crazy because I got involved in that first corner, first lap thing. Got sent to the back. I think a decent amount green throughout the middle of the race. Took a call on 56. I decided to take a fresh set of tires. Barely beat the pace car, and it ended up paying off in the end. Just navigating my way through.
Gotcha. There. Yeah, I'm just now catching that. It looks like you did pit there, and that looks like that paid off for you there. Taking some fresh tires, were able to work your way up through the field. Saw you making some great passes. Also saw you. You were the one driver, I'll admit this, that was cutting it as absolutely close to that bottom curb as you could. And we saw a few times you got a little bit too close and it upset the car. But we saw a lot of drivers staying off of that curb just to be safe. We saw you just being very attacking that corner, but it looks like you laid down some very fast laps.
I tried my best. Couldn't really get much practice. I came in real late, but just went for a rip.
All right, well, congratulations on that third place finish. While you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Um, can't say enough about MMR, Suit Services, all my sponsors on the car. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but it's nice to get a turnaround here with the top three.
All right. Well, again, congratulations for your third place finish here. Great points night for you this evening. Just looking at the schedule real quick, it looks like we're going to head to Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. So a little bit of a different environment there with a 1.5 mile track. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good. Um, Charlotte's an interesting track when it comes to the grand scheme of things. A lot of close racing. Probably something similar to like Daytona and your big cars, but on a small track like that. Yeah, I mean, you gotta play it by ear. See, and I guess I'll do my best out there.
All right, sounds good. Well, we'll look forward to hopefully talking to you again next week if you get another top three.
All right.
All right, that'll do it for our third place finisher there. Mason Suit coming home in third. Now let's try to get a word with our second place finisher, Connor Trafari. All right, just one more moment here, trying to get Connor Trafari up into the booth, and it looks like we've got him here now. We've got our second place finisher, Connor Trafari. Hey, Connor, it's Kevin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, congratulations on a heck of a run here this evening, up into second, gaining 21 spots since the start of the race. It looks like you were our biggest mover. Honestly, didn't pay attention. Did you set a qualifying time or did you not set a qualifying time? Just curious.
Yes, I did set a qualifying time, but I kind of scuffed it up because the track was brought in by practice, so it was a little worn up. And I just sent it a little too hard and hit the apron, and it kind of sent me wide, messed up my qualifying time.
Gotcha. Well, that looks like you are qualified for the $15 Biggest Mover Award this evening, cash prize. So, congratulations with that. And coming home in second, we saw you working your way up through the field there. It looked like you had a bit of a battle there with, I believe it was the 04 of Paul Granada. Some good close racing there, but you also had a lot of close racing with a lot of drivers there as you came up all the way through the field. Got to ask, what was your strategy going in this race, knowing you were starting in the back?
I think my strategy was really just take it easy, stay on the bottom, because that's in the preferred lane, and just pick people off one by one. Because I could tell people would overdrive it or just check up a little bit on the exit. I could just get to the bottom of them and just get the position. So I was just really patient throughout the race.
Gotcha. It looked like throttle control here was the name of the game, but it also looked like the race car was handling tight, and the drivers that could be patient and roll on the throttle and get a good exit were getting the better runs. Is that what you experienced in the car?
Yeah, with fresh tires, throttle control really didn't matter. But I feel like if you just timed when you got on the throttle, you could really gain some positions on some people.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, Heck of a run here. $15 richer this evening. I'll get up with you after the race to get you that cash prize this evening. Coming home in second. While you're here, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank my painter for tonight, Joseph Costello, with the amazing and crazy paint. I'd like to thank him and Hayes for being some teammates and another voice chat with me. And just a friend, Bray, for just helping me join this league.
All right, well, that'll do it for our second place driver here, Connor Trafari. We'll hopefully be talking to you again next week. Now we'll try to get a word with our winner this evening. We've got, oh, sorry, dragged the wrong person up there. We've got Josh Patterson here, our race winner. Hey, Josh, it's Kevin up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Kevin, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing well, although it looks like I'm going to be $50 poorer this evening, as you did take home the win. We did go 5 laps caution free there at the end, so you qualify for that prize, so congratulations. But also, gotta say, and I think I've said this before in a previous race, it looked like a Josh Patterson clinic out there, leading almost all the laps there. Gotta ask you, just how did you do it?
Well, I want to say thanks to you first off for the sponsorship and the prize pool there, and then yeah, I feel bad for DJ Powell. He was faster than me. I thought he was gonna go up in there and kick my butt, but I don't know what happened on the first lap. I got in there. I got a really good jump. I think he just didn't react as well as I did to the green, and then I looked behind me coming out of turn 2, and the entire field was gone. So I don't know. I mean, I knew DJ was going to be my closest competition just from qualifying. We were a 10th faster than the next car. And I know once he was out of the race, it kind of was just me conserving the tires and just putting in consistent laps that got me to the end. And I mean, the cautions didn't help. It felt like I kept pulling out some pretty big leads, and then the caution would come out, and then it'd be all tense again. But it worked out in the end, so can't be mad about that.
Yeah, and one thing we noticed there, I think it was about the last 10 laps there, it looked like you started to struggle to make it through lap traffic. I'm struggling to remember what car it was. I believe it was the 29. Yeah, the 29 of Aaron Griffin. And we saw you losing out a lot of time there to second place. Were you getting worried there in those last couple laps?
Well, I saw there was like 4 cars up in front of me. They were all like dooring each other. So I saw that and I was like, I don't want to be a part of it. So I let Aaron go by, and I was just sitting behind him. I was like, all right, you just go fast and make sure I don't get caught, and we'll be good. And Brady Weileman was scaring me a little bit. He's getting sideways every corner. So in my voice call, I was just going, Brady, please, for like 3 laps straight. And then I got around him and I was like, okay, I think we're free to the home stretch here. And then, yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't really that I was slow. It was more just I was trying to, stay out of trouble there towards the end. Because I had like somewhere around a 2-second gap. So I thought I could, use up some of that time to just, make sure I don't get involved in anything.
Gotcha. Well, it was a great race this evening. I'm very surprised that I think the final tally was we only had 4 cautions this evening here at a short track. So that is amazing. Good run from the league. Good run by you, taking home another victory here. Good points night for you. While you're here, is there anyone else you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I got to give a shout out to everyone at Nova Sim Racing, Paul Granada, Jay Mulder, Garrett White, Paul and Garrett for racing with me tonight. Give a shout out to Belfour Property Restoration, NTN, Endurance Distributions, Vulture Racing Engines, EVC Automotive, YouTube, Mr. Ocean CM3882, Brayson for running the league, everybody coming out there, giving me a great race tonight, and you for coming on board with the broadcast and the prize pool today.
All right, well, that'll do it there for our race leader. Hopefully race winner, sorry. We'll hopefully be talking to you again next week as we head to Charlotte Motor Speedway, a little 1.5 mile action. Expect that to be a pretty crazy evening there, but best of luck to you next week.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, that'll do it for our race winner this evening. Josh Patterson taking home the victory. $50 cash prize there for completing the challenge. All of these guys really pitching into that challenge of not bringing out a caution in the last 5 laps. And congratulations also to our second place finisher, Connor Trafari, for being the biggest mover this evening, up 21 spots since the start of the race. He is going to take home a $15 cash prize as well here, sponsored by Soak Tires Broadcasting. We thank everyone here for tuning in week after week as we round out round 5 here of the World Online Racing Championship Street Stock Series presented by the Keystone Corner. It looks like we're going to head to Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. That'll be round 6 of the 11-round series. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and hopefully we'll catch you again next week.
I am Dark Bloom.